Yeah, I remember one time I was on this date with this girl, and I was saying all sorts of like terrible shit, and just like cutting her off in the stories because like I was hanging out with. I hated her. I hated the way she smelled. And like when you like
Smelly Shelly.
No. Like she like was trying to smell nice, and it was like just like an awful.
It was like perfume store.
Yeah, it was like an awful perfume.
It was like a Vagisil smell.
No, Vagisil smelled better.
Vagisil's like medium offensive.
Vagisil smelled pretty good compared to this. Oh, dude. Yeah, sometimes I'll catch the smell and I still like get like kind of angry because I'm like, oh my god.
That reminds me of fucking.
Yeah, well, because like this is the first time I ever had to like be like, oh, I have to intentionally fumble this date so this girl like does not want to hang out with me anymore, right? But I guess so many guys have done that to her that she was just like, she was just like kind of into it, and then so
she was kind of into it.
Oh, dude! So at the end of the day, dude, at the end of the day, she was like, oh, so when am I gonna be able to see you again? I was like, yeah, I don't want to ever see you again.
Did you actually say that? You actually said that? Jeez, I would fucking cut myself after that.
Oh, I felt awful. I said it, and then I went inside. And I was like thinking about what I said.
Did she drop you off?
No, I dropped. I came back to my place, and I was dropping her bike off to her car. So she probably had a long car ride. No.
Oh, I was like, first.
No,
mistake.
she had a bike.
First mistake. You picked her up from her bike.
No, she had a bike. I would have at least stuck around.
It's like bike selling point.
The bike just fit. It works. It works out.
So that my neighbor doesn't just hear all of this, so she already.
I think your neighbor wants to hear all this. Your neighbor is.
She does not. Sam's trying to evict her right now.
Your neighbor's the only one listening.
What?
Sam's trying to evict her right now. That's that house.
Oh yeah.
That's
no way.
Yes.
I do the house next door. Yeah.
No way.
He did.
Dude.
He texted me about it. He was like,
like,
"Are you getting evicted?"
I was like,
he sent me the address.
I cannot wait until Sam shows up to your door and he's like, you have to get out.
There's no way. I pay so much.
I own the podcast studio now. I own the podcast studio now. And you gotta leave all your cameras. The bank said so.
There's only the one camera.
Dane in the bank said that I get your house now.
It's like, leave all the food, leave the camera.
It's like that scene in Benchwarmers where it's like, I am 12, but it's like, you hold me all your cameras. It's like written in crayon.
Who said so? The banks.
It just says Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo. Wells Fergie.
Wells Fergie. Oh man.
Dude, if you evicted me, we'd have problems.
I don't evict people.
Don't do it.
I don't evict white people. I think that's what you meant to say.
No, I just give people the notices that tell them, hey.
Now I wonder if my neighbor can still hear.
Your
Dude, and he's like, wait a minute, what are you doing? Why are you podcasting with the enemy? He's like, this guy's trying to take my house, and you're like,
dude, your neighbor just shoots me on my way to my car.
He's like, I thought I knew that laugh. That was the laugh I heard when he handed me that eviction notice.
No, I told him this on the phone like a few days ago where I was like, if my dad knew that you like serve eviction notices, he'd be like, you're fraternizing with the enemy? He would be so mad at me. He'd be like, what the fuck? Did I raise you wrong?
I think he would. I don't even think it would matter if he was handing out the eviction notice. He would just look at Sam and go, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh no, Sam is the type of guy he fucks with. He's the type of guy he can scam.
Yeah.
He would love Sam.
Hey, have you heard about
probably would hate you.
He'd hate me because I see right through the ruse. I'm like, yeah, I know.
And you'd like try to teach him stuff, and he has to be the smartest one. Like you'd accidentally do your thing where you teach people about stuff, and he would be like, "Fuck this kid."
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
He doesn't know shit about
Yeah.
NFTs.
Yeah, no, for real.
This guy doesn't know about
24, and I'm like, I'm gonna teach you something. All right, I'm a retard.
Oh no, my my dad. He loves lecturing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Don't! I know you were gonna do that.
What? I don't even understand.
Bro, Brie told me earlier she shoved a Mexican into a sink one time.
I didn't shove a Mexican, I slammed her into a sink fighting.
And I'm just like, oh no, not these things.
And then it like imprinted in my memory.
Hey,
So now in my memory, her voice sounds like that, even though it didn't used to. He fucking changed
I
my
hit
fucking.
the sink and now the water comes out of the sink.
She just
The water is gushing like blood.
Oh my God.
My forehead is bleeding because Brie is
You're
so
going
strong.
straight Indian.
I know. I turned Indian halfway through it.
It would be funny if like
Thank you.
she didn't have an accent before, but then you slam
She
her into the
did.
sink, and then you're just like,
She's-
oh no, not these things.
I set her back to default. Oh no! The worst part about that was that so everybody knew I did this to this girl as we got in this fight, and I went all ghetto as shit,
Yeah.
hit her off the sink, and then I went out.
Go, fucker.
Was it?
Not my bathroom.
Not my bathroom. I'm the only motherfucker get eats tacos in here, bitch.
What do you got, Bria?
Yeah, they called
Like
me.
dipping in me.
They called it Brie Rita.
I've been called that. The
Brie Rita podcast name.
No.
Podcast episode.
No.
Brie Rita.
Not half as good as Matilda.
Hey, if you want the email and password,
Don't fucking say that. Fucking idiot.
I got the podcast.
Social Security 1534.
5-3.
Not these things.
Stop. Oh yeah. No. the
Dude,
worst
stop
part-
saying the password.
Stop saying that. No, the worst part, I went out with this guy on a date to see Superman versus Batman.
And then afterwards,
And
he was
there's
like, "I
that
never want to see you again."
No,
Wait
we
a
went to
minute.
prom.
Wait a minute.
No, but
Like,
I
no,
hit
not
him.
Batman versus Superman.
Let me explain. No, there's a scene in Batman vs Superman
Superman's
where they
gonna lose 'cause he
smashed
doesn't
his
have
face.
kryptonite.
Neeson, I love Batman. He reminds me of my dad.
What?
I think
What
Batman
about-
was going to win.
Yeah, what- Mexican Bane. I was born in the darkness.
I was born in the darkness. Lisa.
Manya.
I was born in the darkness. You merely just went to the Almagua. Oh, what was your story?
Oh yeah, that. No, it's not gonna be funny now. We've had too much downtime. I went out on a date with this guy to Batman vs Superman. There's a scene where Superman smashes Batman's face into a sink, and everybody in my high school knew about me doing this to this girl. And like, it was a good date up until that part of the movie. They turned to me and goes, "That's you," and I was like, "Fuck."
And then, dude.
And then he started telling everybody.
Brie, you should have
like,
taken him
oh,
into the
no.
bathroom and
Smash.
smashed his head into the sink.
Well, I was telling Jack about this. Well, we went to prom together, and like we were just buddies mostly. Is ambiguous, but we have a tradition in our high school where you know the garter at a wedding, where like the groom takes it off the bride. The girls all do that.
You did this at your high school.
High school prom.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, you switched over to wedding like that wasn't like a big deal. It was like, wait a minute, what did you just say? A high school prom?
They don't do that at high school prom.
That's the weird
Right.
thing.
Yeah, that's the weird part. So they normally would do that at a wedding. All the girls do that at our prom, at our high school. So
Who
you
catches
take.
them?
No, we don't do that. You take it off and you give it to your date.
Oh, nice.
And then he wears it on his arm. But like, I gave mine to him and I'm too thick, so like it would not sit on his arm, and he was really self-conscious about
He had
it.
to like double tie it like a ponytail.
I was like, just wear it as a necklace. Just put her. As soon as it was falling down.
He's wearing it as a belt. It's his new belt.
And he was kind of like a
he
jock.
hangs
so
himself
like,
with it. That's how self-conscious he is.
Yeah, it was
He's like,
really
he's
weird.
trying to get around his biceps. He's like, I'll never be strong enough.
Yeah, it was not a good look for me, and it was Batman themed.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
you had
we
a
went.
Batman themed prom.
No. Me and him went Batman themed because it was masquerade.
Nice, and you went as Robin.
Yeah. No, I was Bane. I was Hispanic Bane.
You went as Clayface.
Banyo.
Clayface. Oh.
You went as the Penguin.
No, it was a fun time.
Yeah, because you definitely didn't go as Catwoman.
I know. Nobody wants to see this in a skin tight suit.
Sorry.
Anatomically correct Catwoman.
Yeah.
It's shaped like a cat.
Oh, I think I said that video to Sam, not you. Right? Do you remember the anatomically correct Catwoman?
No.
It was one of those old timey painting
like,
videos where I send you
she has like
six nipples, 6 boobs. He's like, I think she'd be more compelling
Yeah.
if she had 6 boobs.
I think Bruce Wayne could get down with that.
Oh yeah. More
look like
tits,
it.
more problems.
Yeah.
More biddies, more problems. You know what I'm saying?
More titties, more
More
problems.
titties, more problems.
More titties, more milk. A cat needs a milk. Give me them sauces.
Father, I can't be Batman anymore. I found the one.
Well, Batman doesn't have a dad.
No, I know, he's at the
Oh
grave.
my God,
He's at the
that
grave
guy.
in this. He's at the grave in my fucking scenario. He's like, I can't do this anymore. And he's like, I found a bitch with 6 titties. And Thomas and Martha Wayne are like looking for the afterlife, and they're like, damn, 6. 6 titties.
That's
Alfred's like, Master Wayne, I know you're infatuated with her titties, but you need to stay focused.
Alfred, you're never gonna find a bitch with 6 titties. Alfred, where else can I find a bitch? We're gonna find a bitch with... The Joker's like, I'm gonna cut off one of her titties. Dude, that would make Batman
He just
kill
does
that. Dude, Batman actually starts killing people in this universe. He's like, listen, I had a rule, no killing, but then he was like, I'm gonna cut these bitches' tits off, and I was like, all right, I think I gotta break my one rule. If he cuts off even one of her tits.
I have one rule. I don't make anybody come. I never make anyone come.
This is the universe where Bruce Wayne is the biggest donor to breast cancer awareness.
This is a.
No, he's donating to breast cancer. He's like, how many lumps can I get?
What?
He's like, I need 6 titties.
I need 6 titties.
When my sister was in high school, we would play this game called
She had
breast
6
cancer.
titties.
We played this game called breast cancer where we punch each other in the tits.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was horrible. My
Yeah.
mom hated it so much.
It's like slug bug, but for breast
But for
cancer.
tits, yeah. You
Same
punch
as-
your friend, say breast cancer. That's the whole
In
game.
high school, Sam used to play this game with the freshmen. It was called mastectomy, and he would act like his hands were like 2 little presses, and he'd press a chick's tits.
You would mammogram them?
He's
He's mammogram women?
I thought it was called a
You
mastectomy.
do look like you.
Yeah.
No, mastectomy is when they cut your tits off.
Oh, when they cut your tits off.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what the
okay,
fuck
yeah,
is
I'm
happening?
sorry. I'm sorry, you play a game called Mammogram.
Mammogram.
He just squeezes a girl's
He does look like he'd like run a like shady mammogram bus. You're right.
I do traveling mammograms.
It's just a copier too. It's not a mammogram. It's
It's like
just a printer.
those photos coming out.
It's a copy machine. It's a copy machine. He just print on just pictures
like, no,
of
it's what-
chicks' tits.
He's like, no, the pictures are coming out. That means it's worth Just keep
You
it.
can't even tell it's a pair of titties. It's just 2 big white balls.
They come out and he's grading them like A, B, C based on size. But then he's like, it's not a system about how good they are.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad about yourself. I like the worst letters.
He's like, I'm gonna need to keep these for my files.
Yeah.
For my records.
I have like a whole file cabinet. Like one time, like someone comes back and I pull the file out. I'm just like,
He's got an ass tattoo with one of the silhouettes on it. It's like, I got a really hot lady in the bus.
it's like these ones are sticking a little bit.
A traveling mammogram.
You've seen those, right? Yeah. They
No.
have those. Yeah, they have like, you know the bus you would, okay, did you go on a bus to learn about sex education as a kid from a giraffe?
Did I go
Is that
on
a
the
thing?
bus?
I think that's one of my favorite. That's like,
That statement got progressively weirder as it went on. Did you ever go on a bus to learn sex ed from a giraffe? What the fuck did you just say to me?
That's my favorite Beatles album, the Magic Mystery Tour.
No,
You have an invitation.
The magical mammogram tour.
The magical mammogram tour. The magical mammary tour.
but they've got.
Roll out for the mammary tour.
Okay, so not only did you get on a bus.
Not the worst bus I've ever been on.
You know what? She's like, did you ever go on a bus and learn about sex ed from a giraffe? It's like, Bree, why was your mom letting you go on public transportation?
No. It was a school
She just
thing.
went on the public bus and there's a guy that's like, you know what sex is?
And she's like, are you a giraffe?
CTA, it's great.
Yeah, I'm a giraffe. Look at my pussy.
Look at this giraffe. How high is giraffe pussy? Look at this shit.
Holy shit, sky high. No, it was a school thing.
Okay.
We had buses where we lived, and you'd go to the bus.
No, we had something called classrooms.
We
at
had
my
that when we were
school.
older. This was when you were a kid. No. So, okay, this is a
He's like,
okay.
he goes to the bus stop in the morning, gets on the bus, and for 8 hours they just drive in circles.
That's why I'm like this. No, it was okay.
They're like, when are we gonna get to the school? It's like, it's chill. Hey, we're gonna get there. But while we're there, we're gonna do a little preliminary learning.
How the fuck did you get this giraffe from the bus?
No, it's a puppet show. It's for
Oh
like
my
little
God.
kid sex ed. So like you know
Why
how
were
you
little kids sex ed?
Here's the
What
thing,
do you
it's
mean?
Okay,
How old were you?
Oh, this was like elementary school.
There's like a giraffe like
No,
right?
I mean, how old were you?
Like 8, probably. Like 8 or 9.
Yeah, no, you got molested on a
No,
bus.
no.
Dude.
No, the whole thing
You got
was
molested.
about.
Dude, you got molested on a bus.
And you're
The whole-
fucking thinking back on it.
I
like
would
it's a
know if I
giraffe.
got molested on a bus.
You're like
okay?
that wasn't a guy that was yellow. That was just a
So,
giraffe.
I had sex ed. They taught me how to have sex.
No. Okay, so it was like.
They showed it. They demonstrated how to have sex
On a
with
giraffe.
me.
I don't know.
Please
Okay,
explain what the fuck you're talking
I'm
about.
trying to. You guys keep getting freaked out every time I explain more. But okay, so
Oh,
when we were in
funny.
elementary school,
It's funny.
you get on the bus. And, no, Seinfeld.
You ever
No, let me talk to Seinfeld.
George, it's George.
I like sex ed on a bus from a giraffe.
You kept making
A giraffe?
you kept making all the stops. Well, people kept ringing the bell. I had to suck that giraffe off. Kramer.
Kramer comes in and he's just like, Jerry, and he's dressed like a giraffe.
He had a red bow tie. The giraffe.
Oh my god.
I was teaching this.
Where did he have a red bow tie?
That was his base of his neck.
Was it all the way down or was it all the way up?
What? You think it would go vertical?
Well, no, I'm saying
No, it's around the neck and it sits at the bottom.
Dude,
at the bottom, no, not near his head. That's what I'm
No,
saying. You know
not
how
near his
giraffes
head.
have long
Bottom.
necks and shit?
Bottom. No, why would you wear it up top?
he's like,
Because it looks more formal up
Dude.
top. It looks weird down here.
You don't
The
wear low-cut bow ties?
The giraffe that comes out, he's got the bow.
Low-cut
I love
bow tie.
how much you care about where the giraffe's going.
You are a bow tie motherfucker.
He's like, yeah, but the giraffe's gotta look stylish, right? So
Do you wear a bow tie and not a tie?
I have a clip
Do
on.
you wear suspenders? A clip-on bow tie?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, not a bow tie, just a regular tie.
Okay, that's at least somewhat
I do wear
better.
suspenders.
Oh,
Dude, I have a couple
Sam.
pairs of suspenders, dog.
You look like
Catch
you
me
wear
at a wedding
suspenders
with
and drink root
suspenders.
beer. It's terrible.
Dude, a
You
giraffe
could be a
with
cartoon
suspenders?
prospector.
Dude, a giraffe and
No, he
suspenders?
did have suspenders and jeans. So, okay, the giraffe on the school bus taught us
where does a giraffe wear a scarf? Does he scarf up to his whole neck, or is it?
I think it depends on the length of the scarf. How much scarf are you working with?
How much scarf are you working with?
Yeah, how much scarf are you working with?
Or is he like really like kind of?
Yeah, is
It's
it like
so funny.
is it like a poet scarf? It might go all the way up there.
It's so funny. Bree learned how to have sex from a giraffe.
Okay, no,
Oh,
that's
no,
not what
an
an animal notorious for having such a long neck.
Yeah.
And Bree's like, what am I gonna do?
You know what? Okay. You felt it. It's there.
How do I
You
have
felt it
sex?
yesterday. It exists. It's short, but it does the job.
Mr. Giraffe, you must be so good at giving head. I don't know.
I increased 0.2 inches after Sam's dad hugged me. The neck.
Dude, yeah.
I increased 0.2 inches too when Sam's dad hugged me. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
No, I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah.
No. So the bus where we learned sex ed from the Giraffe. It was
Who was wearing a bow tie.
He was wearing a bow tie and suspenders.
And he came up on
show.
stage and he was like, "Hey,
No.
kids!" And then
Was
his
the
bow tie
bus in
spun.
motion?
Yes, you rode on the bus. It was all black curtains, and it's like a puppet
Yeah,
show
they
on
were
one
like,
side.
people
It's
could
like
not
a party
see what's-
bus. You sit in a U with all your classmates. There's a puppet show with a giraffe.
Is this a school
and
bus or like a
it's
charter bus?
It's like a charter bus that the school rents because they teach the kids.
Mhm.
And we learned how to like not get raped. That was what it was mostly about. Was like if your aunt touches you like this, it's not okay.
It was just for you.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like Bree just. I feel like Bree just got touched on a bus.
Oh no.
There was a lot of bus things when I was a kid. We
I
got
feel
a
like-
lot of charter buses.
Why were there buses?
I've been on a bus to get braces before. I got a bus, like a tooth consultation on a bus before.
Was it like a park?
Mammograms on a bus. I've gotten a lot of things done on a bus.
So
Okay,
mammograms on the bus go round and round.
Now I'm honestly worried about our healthcare system.
We're doing
Yeah.
hospitals and
Oh,
buses now.
I am big in the bus healthcare market. That is my tax bracket.
I feel like
Getting bus healthcare all day.
that's like where a lot of like college kids go and they just kind of fuck around with you because they're trying to learn. I feel like. Am I right?
Yeah, probably. I didn't really clock that. I was mostly like, I'm in a bus.
I'm in a bus and my tits are in a fucking machine right now.
Yeah, they'll do like
And they're
that.
teaching me about sex ed
Yeah.
for some reason.
Wait,
We
did you
always
say
got
you went to
pencils.
dentists in busts?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense now.
Well, I went to worse. I went to the dentist in the bus to get Invisalign, and they told me my teeth were too.
Bro, they're
fucked
working
up.
on Bree's.
Yeah.
They're working on Bree's front two teeth, and they go over a pothole. And it's just, oh fuck! Oh damn it!
It's not the
Oh.
front two. It's the ones next to it. They're the real problem.
Yeah, it's your layers.
It's my layers.
Dude,
My layers are all fucked.
he's just in there with a little spike, and he's trying to clean out all the gunk, and he's just, that'll be fine. You're fine.
Did I ever? I was telling Gaffigan about this for a bit. I did it on stage for a little while. But did I ever tell you guys about how I got gifted free braces and it was like the most embarrassing thing in my whole life?
No.
Oh yeah, in high school I got called to the guidance office and I had never seen this lady before. And I was making a lot of suicide jokes, so I thought it was that, as that teacher kept threatening me. And then the guidance counselor came and pulled me out of class like 10 minutes later. I was like, fuck. And then I immediately sat down and I'm like, by the way, I'm not gonna kill myself. It was just jokes.
And then they were
whole
like,
time.
why don't you go into the counseling bus?
And there's just a gun in the bus. The bus is completely
It's
empty,
just roulette.
except for one
It's
gun.
just a spotlight
Oh
on
my
one
God.
gun.
Oh my god.
But I was like, I'm not gonna kill myself. She's like, that's not what you're here for. An anonymous donor saw you speak at graduation. I know.
Somebody was like, "This
This
bitch's
bitch
teeth
is so wrecked.
fucked up. I'm about to donate to the school." And I'm like, "Dad, what about me going to college?" Fuck your college, son.
Listen, I am $40,000 in credit card debt, but this bitch needs fucking teeth.
But, yeah, she was like, an anonymous donor is.
Look at how
giving braces.
appreciative she was, though.
Yeah.
Look at
No. Here's I couldn't go because things happened. A lot of life happened between me and the braces.
Like you getting raped on a bus.
No, that happened before the braces. The conversation ever came up, but no, I felt so I went back to the class and I was like, this is really nice, but I feel like so insulted. Like that's the
Yeah.
most insulting gift you could ever give somebody.
Yeah, I love that the counselor, like,
listen, we don't care if you
the
kill
counselor
yourself,
didn't
but
even
we
think to
can
be
help
like,
you.
the counselor didn't even think to be like, hey, it's not your kid, it's a child. She's,
I'm
gonna
pretty sure
make
it
it
was
through
one of my
life.
friends.
Even the counselor was like,
Yeah,
Bree,
we've seen her teeth
you
too.
need
you know?
this.
No,
The counselor went into that thinking that like Bree's gonna be so grateful, and she's gonna.
I mean, I was. I just
And people are gonna be like, school counselors never did anything for me. Bree's not gonna be able to say that. I got that bitch new teeth.
This was, when like the one
cleaned
police
up her
officer
shit.
like catches the bandit in the small town. That's how she felt.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I'm useful for once. He's like,
I'm useful
I'm
for
doing
once.
something.
Bree, I'm helping you be a not ugly bitch. And it's like, aren't you the guidance counselor?
Yeah, listen, Bree, if we fix your teeth, maybe a guy will take you to prom and be able to put your fucking garter.
I
Yeah,
don't think it would have helped fast enough
Dude,
yet.
okay, cut. Okay, now that we're back.
A giraffe in a bus was
Giraffe
like,
in a bus told me not to.
hey, Bree, I'm a giraffe. My name's Hobby. Hobby won.
No, the giraffe's name was Jerry, like my brother.
Hey, Bree,
Worse.
I'm Jared Fogle, the giraffe.
Have you ever eaten a Subway?
I'm gonna show, yeah, Bree, I'm gonna show you my footlong.
Yeah.
What
Bree,
do
you ever
think
seen
pussy's
your
good
jeans?
for? A foot long.
Bree, you ever seen jeans?
Ever seen? No, I.
God damn, Bree, your pussy looks like one of our ham sandwiches.
God damn it, Bree.
More like pastrami.
Your pussy looks like it was put in the toaster for too long.
What?
Is that-
What do you mean?
Why is that edge burnt? Bree, were you taking Ozempic and your pussy started burning? Do you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, dude. These
Is
ladies
your
were
pussy
taking these ladies were taking Ozempic and they had like this weird side
Because your
effect.
pussy dried up.
It had this
Oh,
weird
no.
side effect where
Not
it was
like
like
a rug burn.
they were getting like
Oh.
second or third degree burns on their pussies.
What?
Yeah.
Through a pill?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Something like it was
Dude,
just like
the emo
way-
girls are gonna love that.
It's because they kept boiling water and they were like, I think my pussy would feel good.
What?
I don't know, that's just a funny image.
Yeah, dude. I love putting my dick in boiling hot water. I love that so much.
You never tried that?
Do you think there's like old guys that like did,
No,
do like
but I
that,
have
you
used-
know,
No, there's no old guys.
No, there's no old guys thing. No.
What?
Or, you know how people like cold plunge in the morning, like old guys that just dipped their dick into an ice water bath to like try to liven it up in the
Mhm.
morning?
I've done that.
You've done
Yeah.
that in ice water?
Yeah. You dip your balls in there.
Like in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
mixing
Mix 'em up,
bowl?
Dude, sometimes
Like what do you use
No,
as
it's just a cup.
A cup.
no,
That's worse.
sometimes like if
Dude, when you're 9 and you're just like,
You're 9.
and your dick is just like awake, but you don't know how to do it, you do some weird things.
You guys
Yeah.
are making fun of me about the school bus. You put your dick in glass.
Maybe if I did have a bus with a giraffe, I
Yeah,
would.
yeah.
You doing that? Yeah, Jerry
Yeah.
would have taught you.
But my parents didn't let me on buses with strange
My
creatures.
parents didn't
running
know where I
I
was
outside.
remember we
going.
had
Your
one of
parents
those.
didn't care about
No,
you.
they didn't
That's
give
the
a
point.
shit.
I remember we had one of those vacuum cleaners that that you could like plug into the house. So like there was like a compressor.
Oh,
like an outlet.
Shit,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just
So they're
fancy.
outlets. Right.
Oh.
And
That's
so like
fancy.
so you had just like this hose and then there was attachment. I remember putting my
Oh,
dick into that
no.
attachment quite a lot
Oh.
when I was
God.
growing up.
Never
Did it
put my
feel
dick in
good
a
though?
vacuum.
Didn't hurt. Didn't
it feel
feel
good?
good.
Oh, okay.
Didn't hurt. Just kind of was like a force on my penis.
Oh, force.
Weirdest place you put your dick. Go.
Weirdest place?
Weirdest place.
Ugh.
Weirdest thing you've ever put in your pussy. Go.
We've had this conversation before.
I don't know. Maybe the vacuum.
Vacuums?
The vacuum was a pretty weird one. Bree's mom. Was pretty weird
Dude, a lot of dicks have been in there.
It's haunted.
My mom's vagina's haunted.
That's why
She queefs and it goes,
That's why she's so.
It's like a freaky house in there.
Yeah, that's why she's so in touch with the spiritual realm, dude. She's got fucking.
She got
ghosts in her
touched in
pussy.
her
Yeah, you fucking
vagina.
old lady. She creaks like an old house.
Yeah.
Like you put her thing, it's like she needs oil.
Oh, I think your dick would have disintegrated if it wasn't.
Bro, yeah, you're like, you get done like. you get
You're
done.
just smooth down there now.
You
Thanks,
get
Mom.
done,
I didn't come out of there. I was a C-section, thank God.
Dude, you get done at
Yeah.
Bree's
I
mom,
never
and
had to
your
enter
dick's all
that vessel.
covered. Your dick's all covered in ectoplasm.
Yeah,
Ew,
Alex
dude.
has been in my mom's vagina, but I haven't. That's
Ew,
crazy.
dude.
That's
Bree's
crazy.
mom slimed on me.
Yeah,
As you
it's
all
like-
know, slime is mainly pee.
It's like the it's like the Ghostbusters.
I love-
like when the slime monster.
What?
I was
Of
thinking
course
like
I'm referencing the Ghostbusters, you fucking idiot, dude. Why? Look, Mr. I know about fucking, oh, have you heard about
fucking wipe
fucking the
your glasses,
iceberg?
you fuckface.
Are they bad?
No, it's like a nerdy reference. You are kind of like a
Have you heard about the iceberg theory?
If you guys fucking read anything in
Have
your
you-
lives, have you guys ever read a fucking book, dude?
Yeah, what was the author?
Over under, how many smut books do you think I have in the house?
You don't have any, you rent them from the library.
She has a library card.
Trick question,
Trick
dude.
question.
Trick question. Dude, imagine like
I can have 3 at a time.
For all my different flavors.
that is so funny to think like there are like smut books at the library and like some guy like goes to like some chick goes to rent one and she's like trying to like read through it and she's like, oh my god, this seems so hot, and then the next page they're just stuck together and they're like, fuck.
We used to trade smut books around the college dorm floor, and like I didn't
Nice.
think about it until I'd already offered my books away. And I'm like, that's gross.
At the Catholic.
Nazarene.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember I was reading with Lydia one time. I didn't realize she was reading a smut book. And I finished a couple chapters and I looked over at her. Her face is like beet red. And I'm like,
Wait,
hot.
reading with her?
No, I was reading a different book, but like we were sitting together and reading different books.
She was
I
just,
thought he was just standing behind
she
her.
was
also
reading it
reading
and she
the
was
book.
just so like embarrassed. She's like, oh my god.
And then she told me to read the book. And it was like not a sex book. It was just like disgusting horror.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes more
Nice.
sense.
He's like, dude, fucking Lydia's clearly in fear, and she's like, oh my god, this is the worst thing I've ever read. And Sam's like, yo, that's fucking hot. I think she
She's like,
wants,
I like my women scared.
Yo,
I think she
I
wants
think-
to fuck
I
right
think she wants to
now.
fuck right now.
She's crying.
Fucking Sam is like a horror movie. Probably.
A lot of dark alleys.
A lot of dark alleys.
A lot of jump scares.
Sam's the
A lot of blood in
turdifier.
that asshole.
Yeah, a lot of blood in that.
Sam's the turdifier.
The turdifier. Dude, you ever fart during sex?
Yeah, everyone does. At some point. You just try to cover it up the best you can.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you know, like when you drop books to cover a fart. Like,
He does that in the bedroom.
Yeah,
He's just got a tower of books he slaps over.
I
It's
slap.
like, fuck.
I slap ass.
Yeah, you guys know how like when you drop books to cover a fart? When the fuck is the last time you've done that?
Yeah, that's like the first attempt to cover a fart. That's like the first thing you try.
Dude,
Because you're an idiot.
We were playing bags the other day, and then a bag hit the fucking board, and I tried to fart to cover it.
Yeah. No, I remember that. It worked. I didn't hear
You
it.
didn't hear it. Dude.
Oh
You
yeah,
never
dude.
said what the weirdest thing you put your dick
That
in.
was so fun, dude. Why didn't you come out to the Dog's Day for fucking Memorial?
The Dog's Day?
Yeah,
I didn't
the
get
Dog's
invited to the Dog's
Dude,
Day.
bro, we
We
barbecued.
would have totally let you go.
Yeah.
Well, how do I know that there's an event going on?
I don't know. You didn't come to Greenfinch either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had shit to do.
What were you doing on Memorial Day?
I was doing shit.
Like what?
She was in a bus somewhere. Getting
Yeah,
getting
she
a
was
bus.
at Giraffe was like,
I was gonna get
Bree,
mammogram.
this is what
Memorial
sex
Day
is.
mammograms.
Bree's like, I
It's
finally.
Sam's mammogram buzz.
Yeah, Sam's. The
50%
magical
off.
memory buzz.
Yeah, the Memorial Day flash sale.
Oh.
Where?
At the mammogram bus, you flash.
It's just a guy taking pictures of your tits.
Yeah, I don't
He's
like.
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
delete this
Dude,
one.
Bree's being so secretive about what she did on Memorial
I'm
Day.
not being
dude.
secretive.
Yes, she
You
is.
guys did a secret party without me.
We didn't do a
What are you
secret party.
talking about?
You didn't. We didn't think about asking you to hang
Well,
out.
clearly.
We didn't want you
You
to bring
barely asked me to
weird
bring you a
people
glass
on
of
a bus.
water. I get it. I'm not needed.
I didn't barely ask you to give me a glass of water. You
You
threw
didn't
yourself
want to.
down.
I didn't throw myself down. That makes
You
me
threw
sound real
yourself
desperate.
down. You said, please let me get you water.
Jesus Christ. Fuck you guys. Why did I let you come to my house?
Why didn't you come to Memorial
You
Day?
didn't invite me. I didn't know.
We would have totally invited you.
Oh, dude, it was such a dumb.
You also went to the movie we were gonna see without me.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What friendship?
Yeah, you
What
went to friendship without
bullshit,
us.
dude.
Dude, I'll go see
Fuck
it again.
you.
I want to see it again.
You're gonna make us go see Friendship alone? Do you know how sad that's gonna be?
Well, I would go see it with you guys again, cause it's a
It's
fun
not
movie.
the same.
It's not the same, dude.
It's not the same.
It's
No.
not the fucking same.
But I would rather you guys be mad at me.
It's like you don't
And
even
Lydia.
give a shit about. It's like you don't even care about the audience, dude. You don't even give a shit about these nice viewers. Now they don't even get to have us talk about friendship after this. Cause
Friendship now playing in theaters.
my friend Tim Robinson.
Shout out Tim Robinson.
Yeah. Shout out my
Sponsor the
homeboy.
podcast.
Shout out my homeboy Tim Robinson.
Crazy.
Me and him, we talk on the DMs all the time.
Shout out to
He's
Connor.
being catfished
My
by a
boy.
guy pretending to be Tim.
It's just an insane person.
Dude, I imagine getting catfished by like somebody that's like, I'm Tim Robinson. I'm gonna get your sketches on the air, and you're like, yes, finally.
Dude, is it Jizz is gonna be on
It's
the
just
air?
the mammogram bus.
It's the mammogram bus.
Yeah, some guy pulls up in a bus. He's like, we shoot sketches out of the bus.
Yeah,
It's funny because
There's gotta
Skibo
be a
does
sketch
that.
bus. Yeah.
Skibo does that.
sketch bus.
Sketch bus. It is a sketchy bus, dude.
Yeah, it's a very sketchy bus. There's a giraffe on there that's just horny as fuck.
Again, I thought this was the thing everybody went through.
No,
I don't
this
know
is
until I
not-
say it.
no.
Okay? Like when I
No.
told Sam that every pottery class in like grade school, we would all just make our mom ashtrays, and I thought everybody did that.
No.
Like she would get like 5 ashtrays every holiday.
No, I made my grandma a cutting board because I'm a fucking respectable.
I would have never
grandkid.
thought to do that. I just always go to ashtray.
No. No.
My grandma doesn't use the fucking thing, but she has
Oh, my
it
mom
around.
loves her ashtrays.
Well, you could actually use an ashtray.
That's why it's great. It's a great gift. It's a great gift.
But you can use the cutting board like for a while, and then you gotta resand it, and
To restain it,
Yeah.
varnish it, make it nice.
yeah. Speaking of varnish, tell us about. No.
Oh, I don't know.
What the hell was that segue?
What did
I
that
don't even know
mean?
what that meant.
No, I don't either.
Okay. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
dude, yeah.
Dude, let's
no,
do an accent or something.
I don't know why you're getting
Let's
taught.
do an accent or something.
Why
Fucking bring a topic to the table, Sam.
why are you getting into buses though and learning and like having classes? Because you said you did that multiple
Oh, we went.
times.
There was a planetarium bus. There was a sex ed giraffe bus. There was a fire bus. Not a fire truck.
That was
Fire
just where they
bus.
locked all the kids in the bus and set it on fire.
Well, I don't know. It's just, they were
Joplin
just-
really did deserve
No,
to get
this
hit by that
wasn't-
tornado. It
This wasn't
really
Joplin.
did.
No, this is Illinois.
This
right?
is Illinois?
Yeah, this is Illinois.
What was your mascot? The
I
fighting
was-
midgets?
Oh wait, is this
No.
Chicago? You're in Chicago for this?
No, I was in a suburb at that time.
Oh, you were in a
I was old
suburb?
enough, yeah. I was only in Chicago, like elementary school age.
Hey, we're showing up. This is the
Like, super-
outdoor survival RV. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna come into my RV, and then I'm gonna teach you about how to live out in the woods.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go out in the woods for a week.
Listen, we're gonna be putting some terrifying stuff. We're gonna go to the south side of Chicago.
Hey,
And we're gonna
hey, this is the anti-child molester van. Yeah. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get in this van, and then we're gonna tell you how to fight off child molesters.
It's like self-defense, but
Yeah.
for getting
It's
raped.
funny because you could tell that the anti was put on after
say
the
rape,
child
but that's
molester.
Well, yeah. Well, you guys have said molested like a million fucking times.
Molested is a cute word.
No, it's not! Shut the fuck up!
Molested, that's a
What?
cute way.
Molested? Listen, the YouTube algorithm looks at molested and it goes, hey,
Not that bad.
they're using the CNN way.
Shout out
The CNN
YouTube.
term.
Oh my god, shut up!
Shout out Tim Robinson, shout out YouTube, shout out For Your Page.
Shout out the dollar menu. Oh wait,
Yeah.
we're on the dollar menu.
We're on the dollar menu, dude. Yeah, just do it.
Shout out Zootopia.
Yeah. Just saying all the things we're gonna tag the podcast under in that episode.
Shout out to crowd work.
Hey, dude, we need to say keywords. Fucking.
Shout out to
Shout out Big Dogs.
Shout out to big dogs everywhere.
Shout out Big
No,
Dogs
no.
and shout out Small Dogs.
Hey,
That's fair.
we
And-
bark.
And shout out.
We bark. Hashtag we bark.
Hashtag we bark.
We bark at dog.